平安，今日是4月初10，4月份第2主日，感謝上帝。頂禮拜，咱大家嚟喺教會中間慶祝教會30個照呢日子及奉獻這個門徒訓練中心好上帝。你這邊，咱現在已經開始嚟教禮拜等 on-site worship。咱歡迎你，有溫存你嘅先過啦 ，OK 哦。咱嚟過嚟你嚟教會3級嚟敬拜嚟上帝，及精神到3級嚟面對面嚟侍奉我哋上帝。唔係下禮拜，有第禮拜等及你面對面嗰3對嘅日子，觀眾集基嘅聚會，嗰陣咩教導聚會超長，特別我感謝你。頂禮拜我慶祝立會第30個照禮，及奉獻這個門徒訓練中心好官嘅上帝。咁由上帝當咱君對開始個結束。而且仍有佢哋上帝超嘅中間，咁仔啊！你這邊可能有相關嘅原因，某一個情況暫時無法嚟到禮拜等嚟敬拜我哋上帝。咁聽後有一日，我有通3級召集做一個面對面嚟侍奉上帝，及精神到3級明白上帝呢個聽是何等嘅當發鬼潛。咁講一擺將集基嘅聚會教導主日超長，關上帝聖靈繼續帶領我集基嘅聚會，感謝上帝，提我哋祈禱，奉靠主耶穌基督嘅聖名 ，Amen，Amen。
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open my eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. High and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, oh bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. Holy, 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 I want to see you.
主耶稣，我感谢你，你的身体为我而生，带我出黑暗，进入光明国度，使我在世能看见。主耶稣，我感谢你，你的宝血为我而流，宝贵十架上你之恩典永留，使我完全的自由，宝贵十架的大能使我生命。主耶稣，我丰富敬拜你，宝贵十架的救恩是你所立的约，你的爱永远不会改变。主耶稣，我感谢你，你的身体为我而生，带我出黑暗，进入光明国度，使我在世能看见。主耶稣，我感谢你，你的宝血为我而流，宝贵十架上你之恩典永留，使我完全的自由，宝贵十架的大能使我生命。主耶稣，
am surrounded. There is no way out. Their chariots are as vast as the sand. The earth quakes, and fear suffocates. My knees drop. My sight darkens. I'm afraid. I'm anxious. I'm surrounded. There is no way out.
兄弟姊妹平安。
Peace, brothers and sisters.
今日咱結束但以理書這個系列嘅信息。
Today we'll be concluding the book of Daniel.
今日我俾講三章嘅聖經。
Today I will discuss 3 chapters with you,
但以理書第10章到第12章。
from chapters 10 to 12.
呢個題目是但以理書中間屬靈嘅功課。
Our title for today is The Spiritual Lessons from the book of Daniel.
我真簡單同你知啊，這三章聖經是講什麼？
I will simply explain what these 3 chapters are about.
所以我今日大家都嚟看幾本嘅但以理書。
And let's look and recap the entire book of Daniel.
你有什麼屬靈嘅功課有通學習起嚟？
What lessons can we learn from the book?
其實但以理書第19、12章是但以理書中間第4個異象。
From chapters 10 to 12, it talks about the 4th vision in Daniel.
這個異象係最叫做末世嘅異象。
We can consider this as a vision of the end times,
因為上帝有但以理看到人類歷史嘅結束。
because God allowed Daniel to see the vision of the end times.
好啦，我大聲真簡單，你就有但以理書這三章是講什麼？
First, let me explain to you what these 3 chapters are talking about.
嗱，第10章第1節到第11章第1節，
From chapters 10 to chapters 11,
這個是第4個異象嘅引言。
this talks about the introduction of the 4th vision.
嗱，但以理是第波斯王嗰年第3年看到這個異象。
Daniel saw this vision in the 3rd year reign of King Cyrus of Persia.
嗱，這個時候猶太人已經喺這個所羅巴伯嘅帶領裡面都去耶路撒冷。
At this time, the Israelites under Zerubbabel's leadership were already returning to Jerusalem.
這是頭一擺都去重建聖殿。
This was the first time they returned to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple.
所以但以理就為耶路撒冷嘅前途嚟兼着祈禱。
So because of the future of Jerusalem, Daniel fasted and prayed.
已祈禱了21日，
He prayed for 21 days,
但是冇答案。
but he had no answer.
嗱，當我望了21日以後呢，
After 21 days,
天使就嚟咯。
an angel came.
天使特別講這樣大字，
The angel said,
你講你頭一日專心祈禱嘅時候，上帝已經垂聽了這個祈禱，
on the very first day of your prayer, the Lord has already listened.
上帝已經派過嚟將答案給你知啊。
And the Lord sent me to explain and answer.
但是有波斯嘅魔君阻擋我21日，
But the angel was blocked by a Persian prince for 21 days.
但是後來有米迦勒嚟幫襯我。
But the angel Michael was there to help him.
如果所以我現在嚟到呢個頭前將這個答案給你知啊。
So now here I am to explain.
嗱，這是第4個異象嘅引言啊啲啊。
Now this is the introduction of the 4th vision.
但是因為裡面提到我什麼波斯魔君咯、希臘嘅魔君咯，
But it talks about the prince of Persia and the prince of Greece.
所以有人就講我這叫做屬靈嘅戰爭啊。
And some people would say that this is spiritual warfare.
如果每一個國家頂邊每一個魔君嚟掌控，
That each nation has its own demonic prince.
所以美國有美國嘅魔君，
There's a American demonic prince.
中國有中國嘅魔君，
There's a Chinese demonic prince.
所以菲律賓當然有菲律賓嘅魔君。
And there's also a Philippine demonic
嗱，
prince.
點解你解釋對還是唔對咧？
Is this explanation correct?
頭先你就一講真重要嘅代志，
You must know
咱唔就用一節還是兩節嚟聖經嚟建一個叫做理論，一個 theory，
we must not use a singular 2 verses to explain a theory.
這個是冇根基嘅理論。
This is too superficial.
第二， 我同意這個世界實在有屬靈嘅戰爭，
The second, I do concur that there is spiritual warfare in the world.
但係你記得，
But please
魔
remember
鬼已經失敗，
that the evil one has already been defeated.
已經好耶穌拍落去啦。
It has been defeated by the Lord.
一個人一數人就係現在全世界嘅我哋惡者嘅手嘅裏面。
Because Ephesians 6 lets us know that we are at war with the world.
如果所述第6章講到能夠鐵定屬靈嘅惡魔嚟爭戰。
And 1 John tells us the whole world is in the hands of the evil one.
如果所述第6章咱就係咱哋屬靈嘅戰爭嘅中間。
And Ephesians 6 tells us we are at war with the world.
所以咱實在有一個屬靈嘅戰爭。
So it means that we really have this spiritual warfare.
但是希伯來書咱就係一個真重要嘅真理。
However, the book of Hebrews tells us something important.
第2章第14節。
In chapter 2, verse 14,
你講這個長官家己在最血肉之體，這律師敗壞這個長史官嘅魔鬼。
that he too shared in their humanity, so that by his death he might break the power of him who holds the power of death, that is, the devil.
第啟示錄第1章第18節，
In Revelations 1:18,
講這個盡話，我不死咯，現在不活起來，地話夠永永遠遠，得着死亡及嚴禁嘅鎖匙。
I am the living one, I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades.
嗱，這兩則聖經咧就係一場戰隊嗰個題字。
These two verses tell us
耶穌已經贏交了魔鬼，
Jesus has conquered the devil.
所以死亡及嚴禁嘅鎖匙無喺魔鬼嘅手中間，喺耶穌基督嘅手嘅裏面。
So the keys of death and Hades are already in the hands of Jesus.
魔鬼已經失敗啦。
The devil has failed.
你知第2次世界大戰嗬，
In World War
有
II,
一個也重要嘅日子
there was an important day
叫做 D-Day。
called D-Day.
什麼叫 D-Day 呢
What is D-Day?
？D-Day 早早就是1944年6月初6，滿軍登陸諾曼第一日。
D-Day was on June 6, 1944, in the landing of Normandy.
但呢日登陸啦成功啊！
If that mission was successful,
德國已經決定的確失敗。
then Germany's fall is only a matter of time.
嗱，完全嘅失敗只是時間嘅問題啦，啲啊！
It is only a matter of time for them to be defeated.
耶穌死喺十字架呢一日，
On the day Jesus died on the cross,
叫做屬靈嘅 D-Day， spiritual D-Day。
this was a spiritual D-Day.
魔鬼已經失敗啦。
The devil has already
嗱，
failed.
魔鬼完全好上帝消滅，只是時間嘅問題啦，啲啊！
It is only a matter of time until he is totally destroyed.
所以現在全世界唔是完全喺撒旦嘅手嘅中間。
The whole world is no longer under the devil's control.
所以你現在講全世界都有每一個國家有一個魔鬼嚟控制，這個是講唔通嘅。
So it makes no sense to say that the devil is still in control of the world.
嗱，這是這個introduction呢個引言啦。
This is the introduction.
好啦，第2呢，第11章第2節到第12章第1節，
From chapters 11 verses 2 to chapters 12 verse 1,
這段很短嘅聖經是這個異象嘅內容。
this long passage talks about the content of the vision.
這段聖經係最本咗兩個部分。
Can be divided into two parts.
第11章第2節到11章第30個節是講到波斯及希臘王嘅故事。
The first part talks about the story of the kings of Persia and Greece.
第11章第36到12章第1節，這是摩西希嘅敵基督嘅故事。
In the second section, it talks about the story of the Antichrist in the last days.
嗱，第11章第2到第11章30個節。
Now let's look at the first part.
主要就講到即係希臘嘅官、希臘嘅王及波斯王拍戰嘅故
It
事。
is a story of the battle between the kings of Persia and Greece.
主要講到亞歷山大興起來拍到即個波斯，
King Alexander was able to defeat Persia,
所以有一個希臘嘅帝國出嚟。
and there was an empire, a Greek empire.
等亞歷山大死了以後呢，
After Alexander's death,
伊嘅 empire 後四個將軍分咗四個部分，
his empire was divided into 4 parts,
其中有叫做南漢王及北漢王嘅爭戰。
and there was a conflict between the king of the south and the north.
而第11章第20、19、30個則特別講到一個希臘王安提阿哥之死嘅故事。
From verses 21 to 35, it talks about the story of King Antiochus IV.
這個人是敵基督嘅預表啊！
He is a premonition of the
伊
Antichrist.
哋喺聖殿裏面獻祭物，
He went into the temple to sacrifice a pig,
這是食祭物，
and he forced the priest to eat pork,
甚至喺聖殿裏面敬拜偶像。
and in the temple worshipped idols.
你睇無相信上帝歷史學家未接受這段嘅聖經，
Secular historians do not accept this passage in the Bible,
因為當但以理寫這個但以理書嘅時陣，
because when Daniel wrote it,
根本冇希臘嘅帝國出嚟啊！
There was no Greek Empire.
這是幾百年以後嘅大事啊！
This was something that happened 100 years
但是
after.
完轉之後，但以理書所記載完咗嚟應驗。
But it followed accordingly to the scripture.
所以你一明白這段聖經真簡單嘅啊！
So to understand this scripture is very simple.
你這個超讀聖經，這個超讀這個歷史嘅冊，
On one hand, hold the Bible. On the other hand, the history book.
因為完轉之後聖經嚟發生歷史嘅大事，
Because it will be parallel.
所以我冇詳細解釋咯。
So I will not explain anymore.
好啦，但係第二段呢，是11至36、92至第一節，
From 11:36 to 12:1,
這是未發生嘅大事。
this is a story that has not happened.
是末世 here the Antichrist，這個敵基督嘅故事，
The story of the Antichrist in the last day.
這是特別嘅敵基督，
And this is something that is in for the Christians.
這是 very special Antichrist，
This is a special Antichrist.
這是路尾7年大災難出嚟嘅敵基督。
And this will happen in a 7-year tribulation.
這個撒旦是對這個魔鬼對撒旦直接呢度呢個 power 落嚟嘅。
And this Antichrist will receive his power from Satan himself.
嗱，這是這個呢個內容呢個 content。好啦，第三段呢是講到這個第4個以上嘅結論，
The third part is a conclusion of the fourth vision,
第2、9、13節。
verses 2 to 13.
這段聖經主要說的就係我將來義人及嘅歹人都需要國話，
This talks about where the righteous and the evil ones will be resurrected.
但是有人國話受審判，有人國話得到賞賜。
Some will be resurrected to receive judgment and some to receive rewards.
你看第13節，
Let's look at verse 13.
你講你嘅起來等候結局，因為你哋嘅安息到咧末期咧，你哋嘅國起來享受你嘅福氣。
As for you, go your way till the end. You will rest, and then at the end of the days, you will rise to receive your allotted inheritance.
這是上帝特別及但以理講嘅話。
This was specifically told to Daniel.
你講但以理，你將來得個國話起來享受我你嘅祝福。
Daniel, you shall rise and receive a reward.
這段聖經講到末世我得個人嘅知識增加也追，
This passage tells us in the future generations we will increase in knowledge,
對屬靈嘅大事係了解也追。
understand many spiritual things,
但是仍然做未嘅叫做隱藏 hidden，唔知一係大事。
but there are some things that are still hidden,
在路尾個完全明白，完全知啊！
which will only be revealed in the last days.
上帝及但以理講：
God said to Daniel,
你去吧，你繼續去吧。
go on,
你愛創呢個大事，繼續創呢個大事。
do what you have to do.
但是唔知嘅大事，繼續學嘢唔知啊！
But what you don't know, you will still not know.
好盡假上咗咧，已經知一嘅大事就係追啦。
Just know what has been revealed to you.
嗱，這是第19、20節路尾這個以上解釋及呢個內容啦。
Now, this is the content and the introduction of chapter 10 to 12.
好啦，現在咱需要屈到記另外一個真重要嘅真理嘅裏面。
Now, let's go back to a very important lesson.
第12節嘅聖經，咱有什麼屬靈嘅功課等學習起來呢？
From the entire book of Daniel, what lessons can be gleaned from it?
今日我哋講到4項大事，
I will tell you 4 things today.
唔係咱略掉這個4個真重要嘅真理。
Hope we can grasp these 4 things together.
第一，上帝是掌管人類歷史嘅主啊！
That God is Lord, who is sovereign over all history.
人類歷史喺上帝嘅手嘅中間。
The sovereign Lord is sovereign over history.
你講第1到第4節。
Let's look at from chapters 1 to
你講到
4.
上帝之後一步一步好，這個尼布甲尼撒郎念不上帝，
We see step by step the Lord allowing King Nebuchadnezzar to know the Lord.
這個驕傲嘅王一步一步謙卑喺上帝嘅頭前。
These proud kings step by step become humble.
但係第5章呢，
In chapter 5,
你講到上帝之後興過這個驕傲嘅王伯沙撒，
we see how God punished this arrogant king Belshazzar
因為佢冇俾悔改。
because he was unrepentant.
第7章呢
Chapter 7,
6 and 7，
6 and 7,
你講到波斯王大利烏及果力王善召上帝之後佢咁就之後佢追趕。
how God worked in the lives of King Darius and Cyrus,
兩章就一場戰隊嘅大事。
which makes us know
上帝是掌管人類歷史嘅上帝。
that God is sovereign over history.
嗱，箴言有一句真出名嘅話，
In Proverbs, there is a famous saying,
21節第1節，
21:1.
王嘅心在上帝手中間，天就龍溝嘅水隨意流轉。
In the Lord's hand, the king's heart is a stream of water that he channels toward all who please him.
你講君王嘅心在上帝手中間，
Even the king's heart is in the Lord's hand.
嗱，王嘅心在上帝手中間，呢個國嘅心在度落。
If the king's heart is in his hands, where are yours and my heart?
的確係上帝嘅掌管喺裏面。
Of course, also with the Lord.
你就34年前，我對佢裏邊嚟到，對香港嚟講，佢裏邊即係所在。
34 years, there's already been 34 years since I came from Hong Kong to the Philippines.
其實我一生從來不笑掉不嚟佢裏邊。
I've never thought of going to the Philippines.
其實34年前啊，佢裏邊什麼國家我完全唔知啊，
34 years ago, I didn't even know what type of country the Philippines
所以我
was.
根本冇可能係嚟啦。
So I wouldn't have come.
你嚟現在我頭家笑我梗係笑未嚟，我唔會明白啦。
I wouldn't be able to even comprehend this idea.
但係真奇妙。
But amazingly,
第34年前，我上嚟就係感動我係善嚟救職嘅，我完全唔不你所在。
in 34 years wherein I've been already in this place where I have not come before,
結果嚟啦，我裏邊34年嘅時間，
and now I've been here for 34 years,
我就得不執半，我應該係退休嘅時陣啦。
and I'm already approaching my retirement.
我係唔知啊，將來我聽到以後見到嘅所在，最近到嘅所在屬奉上帝。
I still don't know what God has in store for me in the future,
但是我就係一樣記住，
but I know
我一生喺上帝嘅超嘅中間。
all my days are in His hands.
你嘅日子呢？
How about your days?
我唔知你頭整，你知發生什麼大事，
I don't know if you know what will happen in the future,
但你唔免驚，
but do not
因為
worry,
你嘅個生命都係上帝嘅超嘅中間。
because your life and my life is in the hands of God.
上帝嘅掌管連累歷史嘅主啊！
So you should follow Him faithfully.
好啦，第二，上帝係掌管四照國度嘅主啊！
The second, God is the Lord over all the kingdoms of this world.
上帝唔係就掌管咱嘅歷史，仲係掌管全世界每一個國家。
Not only is He the Lord over history, He is in charge of the entire world.
嗱，第二招哦，咱覺得即係尼布甲尼撒即係多上嘅夢，
In chapter 2, we remember this dream of this big statue.
但係你講只有四個國度被興起嚟。
Daniel said that there are 4 kingdoms to come.
嗱，嗰陣時講巴比倫、馬大波斯、希臘及羅馬。
We said that it was Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greek, and Roman.
但是落尾呢，或者嘅基督嘅國度，基督被永永遠遠掌管。
But lastly, there will be a kingdom of Christ that will reign forever.
第七招呢，
In
咱係
chapter
看到
7,
四隻燒嘅異象。
In chapter 7, there's a vision of 4 beasts.
咁有一隻獅啊，但是有兩個舌哥；
There's a lion and 2 wings.
有一隻鉗，但是出嚟冇曬骨架曬骨頭；
There's a bear with 3 bones in his mouth.
有一隻獅嘅頭係豹，但是有獅嘅舌哥；
There's a leopard with 4 heads but 2 wings.
後尾有一隻怪獸，一個 monster。
And there's a monster in the end.
咱講，這個四隻是代表四個國度、四個 kingdom。
We said that these 4 beasts represents 4 kingdoms.
我有講過，第二招、第七招是一個對應嘅經文啦。
I said that chapter 2 and chapter 7 are parallel to one another.
所以劍嘅頭就是這隻獅啊，有舌哥。
So the golden head is actually the lion.
這個碗呢，這個小飛嘅 check 就是這隻鉗有架曬骨頭。
And the silver is a bear with the 3 bones.
這個等嘅腰就是隻獅嘅頭係豹，但是有獅嘅舌哥。
And the bronze is the leopard.
這個鐵嘅卡就是呢隻 monster 呢隻怪獸。
And the iron one is the monster.
是因為對無神角度嚟看，這個獅嘅角度啦，這個獅嘅角度嚟啲啊。
In different perspectives, you can see these different kingdoms.
啲世界嗱嘅眼光嚟看，
In man's perspective,
哦，世界角度真真榮耀，真真寶貴啊！
these are very great and powerful kingdoms.
真做金，真做碗，真做等，真做鐵。
Just as how we see gold, silver, bronze, and iron.
但係上帝眼中呢，
But in God's eyes,
世界角度真殘忍啊，真做野獸 beast，
these kingdoms are very cruel, like beasts.
真殘忍，真自大，真驕傲。
Very arrogant, very proud, very brutal.
但是
However,
對照硬嘴泛濫嘅神，又話繼續追往直到永永遠遠。
when the mighty flood waters come, the Lord is still the one who sits enthroned above the world.
教會現今這個世界係個動盪不安嘅世界。
Church, today we live in a troubled world today.
國家及國家中間充滿了戰爭，叫做 conflict。
Nation will rise against nation.
最近美國及中國嘅關係拉緊張，
The relationship between the states and China is not so good.
intense。
And they are tense.
但是美國嘅聯合其他國家要對付中國，
And there are some nations with the states that are opposing China.
所以中國咧及 Russia 嘅關係就變咗拉千貫。
Therefore, China will ally itself with Russia.
Russia 最近及烏克蘭又叫拍戰咯，
And Russia
Ukraine.
is now at war with Ukraine.
所以我北 北韓這個常常有這個 missile 飛來飛去。
And we know that North Korea has been experimenting on nuclear
好啦，咁
missiles.
這個世界實在真無平安，
This world is not a very safe one.
這個真動盪不安嘅世代啊！
It is a troubled world.
點解我講到這個叫做末世中嘅大事？你記得未？
I once mentioned about this doomsday.
嗱，這個唔是基督徒創嘅啊！
This is not something that Christians made.
這個世界叫做 first class 一流嘅科學家所創嘅。
This is something that was made by world-class scientists.
以研究世界現在這個 resource 嘅 crisis 嘅問題，
They were researching on the resources of the world,
戰爭嘅問題，
the climate,
水嘅問題。
the issues of water.
所以講這個國家緊張嘅關係，
And it talks about the tensions between states.
所以講末世是啦近咯。
And they're saying doomsday is coming near.
所以講英文講 it's like 100 seconds to midnight。只要冇夠兩分鐘我嚟講 midnight 就是 end day 嚟啦 ，end time 嚟啦。
There's only 100 seconds left until midnight, or end days.
啲按你講係世界嘅中間，
In this type of world,
請問咱仍然相信上帝仍然掌管嗎？
are we still able to trust that the Lord is in sovereign control over the
請你
world?
請你記住，
Please remember,
歷史是上帝嘅故事，
history is God's story,
上帝仍然掌控這個世界，
and God is still sovereign over the world
因為是掌管全隊嘅主。
because He is a sovereign God.
好啦，第三樣大事，上帝是真樂意啟示伊嘅旨意，互咱知影嘅主。
The third is God is the Lord who is pleased to reveal His will.
第二招咧，嗰度上帝都一個 dream 或者嘅尼布甲尼撒王，知影上帝嘅啟示。
In chapter 2, we see that through a dream, God revealed Himself to Nebuchadnezzar in a vision.
你講第二招28節，
Let's look at verse 28, chapter 2.
伊講只有一位天頂嘅上帝顯明奧妙嘅大志，已經將列流的確成就嘅大志，只是尼布甲尼撒王，你嘅夢及你哋曾經嘅流動嘅異象是安尼。
But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in days to come. Your dream and the visions that passed through your mind as you were lying in the bed are these.
這是但以理及尼布甲尼撒王講嘅話。
This is what Daniel said to King Nebuchadnezzar.
伊講上帝已經將來大事互你知影啦。
Said God has already revealed to you what will happen.
第四招咧，嗰度另外一個叫做多增超嘅異象，
Chapter 4, there's now the dream of the big tree.
是上帝或者嘅尼布嗰個撒王知影伊將來嘅大事，伊頭前嘅大事。
God is also revealing to Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in the future.
第五招呢，
In chapter
你嗰
5,
度上帝整到我哋這個超嘅頂面寫哩，
is we see the finger of God writing on the wall
上帝或者嘅北撒王知影伊嘅大事。
to let King Belshazzar know his matters.
第七招有四隻小嘅dream。
Chapter 7 is the vision of the four beasts.
第八招咧有這個掃描妖及公掃妖嘅異象。
In chapter 8, there's a dream of the sheep and the goats.
第九招有77嘅異象。
In chapter 9, we have the 77s.
這兩種講什麼？
What does these old things talk about?
後來就有上帝真愛將伊旨意好難知影啦。
That we know that the Lord is a Lord of revelations.
為什麼？
Why is this?
因為只有明白上帝旨意嘅人，即係盡假上帝嘅旨意。
Because only those who know God's will can walk in His will.
當然現在上帝嘅啟示已經完全啦啦，
Now that many of His revelations have now been fulfilled.
因為聖經60根嘅冊已經 complete 啦啦。
Because all 66 books of the Bible is finished.
所以通常上帝現在冇用這個異象咯、異夢咯 （vision and dream） 去人顯明伊嘅旨意啦啦。
So generally, God will no longer reveal Himself through visions or dreams.
當然有的確有 exception 啦啦，
Of course, there are exceptions.
但係聖經是上帝第一重要第一直接啟示嘅辦法。
But the Bible is His special revelation.
所以教會，咱大家需要好好傳講上帝嘅道。
So church, let us know our Bible well
教會咧需要好好讀上帝嘅話。
and read His word well.
我有一個心願
I have a hope.
I
I
desire.
have a desire.
但我比方我退休以前，
Before I retire,
我有當中一關嘅講道留喺呢個教會裏面。
that I will impart some messages in this church,
正如以弗所書，我講到10個篇嘅信息。
such as the 15 messages of Ephesians
即係但以理書，我講到我俾講9篇嘅信息。
and these 9 messages in Daniel.
咩講將來有人愛明白以弗所書，
Let's say in the future someone wants to understand the book of Daniel,
還是愛Ephesians，
or Ephesians,
還是愛明白但以理書，
or Daniel.
真簡單嘅。 而
quite
重
simple.
新嘅聽看咪10個篇嘅以弗所書9篇嘅但以理書，
They just have to go to YouTube and watch the messages.
我相信的確對你有幫助。
And I believe these will be very helpful.
你會嗰個明白聖經是講什麼，
And they will understand more what the Bible is talking about.
但係明白上帝道嘅目的，為咗遵行上帝旨意。
We need to understand the word so that we can walk the will of God.
咱唔是法利賽人，
We are not Pharisees,
唔是口講未口做，
which is all talk and no walk.
所以叫咗幫助咱。
So may Lord help
咱
us.
聽上帝道，小上帝道，行上帝道。
Let us be people who hear, obey, and live out the word.
好啦，落尾一樣代志，上帝真樂意使用咱，伊是真樂意使用咱嘅主啊。
And the last, God is the Lord who is willing to use us.
但係呢是上帝嘅話幫所用嘅器皿，
Daniel was a vessel of the Lord in the land of the Gentiles,
其實唔係但以理啊，
not just Daniel.
你歷史嚟嘅中間，
Through the ages,
上帝無聽嘅景選，無相關嘅器皿，
the Lord has picked different people.
俾我哋舊約裏面，
Let's see in the Old
俾
Testament,
我哋有亞伯拉罕，
there's Abraham,
有艾撒，
there's me,
有
Isaac,
雅各，
there's Jacob,
有 Joseph，
there's Joseph,
有摩西，
there's Moses,
有約書亞，
There's Joshua，
有以利亞，
Elijah，
有以利沙，
Elisha
嗰個真最嘅舊約嘅人物。
and many other Old Testament figures.
喺新約裏面呢，
In the New
你
Testament,
嗰度有彼得，
there's Peter,
你有雅各，
there's James,
你有約翰，
there's
你
John,
有保羅，
there's Paul,
你有提摩太。
Timothy.
當然現今有真最上帝僕人喺這個世界裏面，
And today there are many servants of the Lord,
上帝繼續競選真最器皿和上帝所用，
and God is still using vessels today
因為上帝愛及咱最同工，
because God wants to work through us and
上
with
帝
us,
愛咱及你撒及最同。
and He wants to work with us.
但以理嘅先兆啊，
In Daniel,
你可以讓上帝競選但以理有四個真重嘅原因，
we can see 4 reasons why Daniel was chosen by
叫
God.
做幫助咱。
May God help
咁啊，咱
us,
有當這四個真重嘅原因，和上帝所使用。
and we can apply these 4 principles.
Number one，上帝應該人，這個人是願意追求聖潔生命嘅人。
Daniel maintained the holy life.
你睇下，第一章第一節你就看到這樣代志，
In Daniel chapter 1, we see
要這個追求聖潔嘅心志，
that Daniel's determination to pursue holiness.
即係講要立定心志，冇用昂嘅酒、昂嘅食米嚟暗佔家己。
We know that Daniel was determined not to defile himself with the food and drink of the king.
我幾已經講，要我 mention 咯，這個唔是食米嘅問題啊，
I have mentioned before, this was not about the food.
食米為何人聖潔，還是無聖潔？
It's not the food that makes us holy or unholy.
你食還是無食，完全冇關係。
Doesn't matter whether you eat or not eat.
但係食米後邊這個叫做加特慣，這個 value 真真重要。
What it is the values behind the food that we eat.
這個加特顯明咱嘅生命嘅本質是什麼款嘅物件？
And these values have to do with our spiritual lives.
你知影利未記是舊約中間一講第一講可明白，第一講可讀嘅冊，
Leviticus is one of the hardest books to
因
understand
為裡面講到真最嗰就獻祭 offering，
because it talks about a lot of
個
offerings
真最嗰就規條 regulation。
or laws and regulations.
所以但是真講可 understand， 真講可明白。
It's hard to understand.
其實規本利未記嘅中心只講一項代志：
But most of the book just talks about one thing,
聖潔。
holiness.
上帝係聖潔嘅，咱需要聖潔。
God is holy, so we must be holy.
咱嚟學你看兩節真重要嘅聖經。
Let me share 2 verses.
第利未記第11章40節，
Chapter 11, verses 45.
我是將你對埃及地錯出嚟嘅耶和華，必作你嘅上帝，所以你得聖潔，因為我是聖潔嘅。
I am the Lord who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. Therefore be holy because I am holy.
你看第19章第2節，
19:2.
你曉諭以色列全會眾講，你得聖潔，因為我耶和華你嘅上帝嘅神是聖潔嘅。
Speak to the entire assembly of Israel and say to them, be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy.
這是利未記嘅中心嘅思想，
This is the theme of Leviticus,
聖潔。
holiness.
愛聖潔需要叫做分別 separate 分別出去。
To be holy is to be set apart.
所以裡面講到什麼追食，什麼唔追食，
So there are regulations on what to eat, what not to eat,
什麼性嘅關係係穩準，什麼性嘅關係未穩準，
what type of conduct we should have in our sexual relationships,
什麼衫係追稱，什麼衫未追稱，
what to wear or not to wear.
這一切都係咱一個戰隊嘅代志。
All these instructions tell us
就是咱基督徒， 咱屬上帝嘅人需要追求聖潔嘅生活。
that we should pursue a holy life.
教會，現今這個世界係一個非常敗壞嘅世界。
Church, it is a corrupt world we live in.
性嘅關係是哪隨便。
We have casual sex.
另外，戰罪人實在是講公開已經接受啦。
And this have been already publicly acceptable.
我就係美國就講嚟學等我就把自己嘅 public school 我公開半學生就講嚟避免咩多咗嘅 condom 可以用。
I've heard that some schools in the States distribute condoms to students.
即係什麼個學等咧？
What type of school is this?
咁那是性方面是很亂啊。
Also in the business world, it is like this.
最勝利也是也亂呀。
Yeah, the business world is still also very chaotic.
人最勝利嘅韓國是搞怪詭詐。
The way that we do business is more corrupt and more deceitful than ever.
所以喺呢個世代中間會上最驚死就是冇容易。
So it's hard to be a witness for the Lord in this time.
但係求上帝幫助咱，
And the Lord help us
咱需要追求聖潔，
and help us pursue a holy
因
life.
為上帝就是聖潔。
For God is holy.
好啦，第二方面，上帝所認嘅人是追求嗰隻卓越 excellent 嘅表現嘅人。
That Daniel maintained an excellence in his work.
你知啊，但以理唔是牧師，唔是傳道啊。
Daniel was not a pastor or a preacher,
但是但以理是好依家嘅社會，依個國家非常尊重嘅人啊。
but he was greatly respected in his society.
你知啊，但以理嘅頭記啊，依個 boss 是啥不？
Who was the bosses of Daniel?
依個 boss 是尼布甲尼撒王，
King Nebuchadnezzar,
依個 boss 是北沙撒王，
King Belshazzar,
依個 boss 是大利烏王。
King Darius.
但是以後尼布甲尼撒人真動用這個人。
But King Nebuchadnezzar entrusted him with much authority.
白沙撒愛將大啲政績全國家第三 number three，
King Belshazzar promoted him to top 3 of the kingdom.
大利烏愛但以理管理全國家。
And King Darius set him to rule over all the kingdom.
用咱啲現在話嚟解釋啊，
In our word today,
但以理哋呢個 marketplace 啊，呢個職業裏面是真真嗰隻 excellent 真問題搞嘅人啊。
Daniel was a very excellent person in the marketplace.
教會請問，啲教會裏面牧師有幾個？
Church, if I may ask, how many pastors do we have in the church?
我講我哋教會裏面牧師 less than 1%，99%
In the church, the total population of pastors is less than 1%.
都唔是牧師啊。
99% of Christians in church are not pastors.
但是99% 嘅基督徒都是這個 marketplace 裏面，這個職業裏面最近會見證上帝嘅人啊。
But 99% are Christians who are witnesses in the workplace.
所以教會啊，
So church,
咱哋這個世界喺呢個公司裏面，的確需要一個真正好嘅表現啊。
so church, we must have to have an excellent standards in terms of our character and skill.
無論是呢個靈力嘅裏面，
Whether that be your own strength or
呢個
skill,
品格嘅裏面，
your own character,
都是一個真正優秀嘅人才啊。
it has to be excellent.
咱做醫生嘅，
We who are doctors,
咱做第一優秀、第一好嘅醫生；
be the best doctors.
咱做先師嘅，
We who are teachers,
最好學生第一尊重嘅先師；
be the most respected teacher.
咱做律師嘅，做一個第一有品格嘅律師；
We who are lawyers, be the lawyers of character.
咱做勝利嘅勝利人，對一個真正有誠信嘅勝利人；
And let us be honest businessmen
咱做工人嘅，做一個第一忠心嘅工人。
and be loyal workers and employees.
然後咧，你及別人講我是基督徒，
Then you tell others that you are a Christian.
你就是第好嘅其中一個第好嘅上帝見證人。
And that's how you witness for the Lord.
但係呢就是咁款嘅人，
Daniel was such a man
於是好耶頭家耶 boss 真正尊重嘅人，
that he allowed his bosses to highly respect
因
him
為佢明定 excellent in his word。
because he maintained excellence in his work.
好啦，第三方面，
The third,
但係呢有一個追求美好靈性嘅人啊。
that he maintained an exceptional spirituality.
但係呢數常提到一項大事，
Book of Daniel often repeats something,
但係呢有美好嘅靈性，
that Daniel possessed exceptional qualities,
上帝靈喺但係呢嘅裏面，
that the Lord's Spirit was within him.
佢係一個有靈性嘅人，the spiritual man。
He was a man of spirituality.
你講第四章第8節、第9節、第18節，
Let's look at chapters 4, verses 8, 9, 18.
你到幾讀咯嚇？計到幾讀嗬？
Read this at home.
嗱，這三則聖經是尼布甲尼撒王沙巴及但以理講，你裏面有聖神嘅靈喺呢個裏面。
King Nebuchadnezzar said to Daniel 3 times, "You have the spirit of the holy gods in you."
伊嘅頭家，伊嘅 boss 看到這個伊嘅工人啊，伊嘅超嘅人有靈性在裡面。
The boss told his employee that he had the Spirit of God within him.
你講第9章第11及12節，
Chapter 5, 11 and 12.
這正是嘅皇后啊，這個皇太后，這個 Queen Mother， 能拜對這個白沙撒郎講，呢嗰個中間有這個人啊，這個人裡面有美好嘅靈性啊。
The queen mother said to Belshazzar twice, "There's a man in your kingdom who has insight and intelligence and wisdom like that of the gods."
你講第6章第3節，
Chapter 6, verse 3.
這是聖經家嘅見證啊。
This is what the scriptures say.
你講但以理有美好嘅靈性，超過所有嘅總督。
That Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators and the satraps by his exceptional qualities.
你話聖經用限罪聖經質嚟mention這項大字，
All these verses talk about these qualities.
但以理是有美好靈性嘅人。
And Daniel had exceptional qualities.
嗱，靈性這個物件，無論叫做看抽象很 abstract 嘅物件。
Sometimes these qualities can be very abstract.
跟住正經哥解釋什麼叫做有靈性，什麼叫做無靈性。
It's hard to describe what someone with qualities is.
但是但以理嘅生命中間，我咱嚟看到這個人有靈性，有當看到嘅，明明看到嘅，
But in Daniel's life, we see a visible manifestation of these qualities.
即係我看到噶。
How do we see
這
it?
是佢敵人講嘅，佢 enemy 講嘅。
This is what his enemies say.
你講這個但以理啊，忠心辦大事，毫無錯誤，毫無假舌。
That he was trustworthy and not corrupt or negligent.
嗱，這是美好靈性嘅外口嘅表現。
These are their outside manifestations.
所以教會，你若有靈性，唔那是讀聖經祈禱啊，
So church, to have qualities is not only to read the Bible and to pray,
是啲日常生活中間表現出嚟呢個靈性啊。
but it is the life that you live around you.
好啦，老尾講第字，
Thus,
你講但以理好上帝所應，因為要對求堅定嘅心志。
that he maintained a resolute will.
你嚟看，我哋看3節聖經，
I will show you 3 verses.
第1章第1節。
1:1.
但以理哋約雅敬在位第3年嚟去外邦。
Daniel was exiled to the Gentiles in the year of Jehoiakim.
但是你講第1章21節，
Verse 21.
到嗰列王頭1年，但以理仍還在。
And Daniel remained there until the first year of King Cyrus.
你講第6章28節。
Chapter 6:28.
當但以理當大利烏王及波斯王嗰列在位時，但以理多享慶通。
Daniel prospered during the reign of King Darius and Cyrus.
你就喺第1章第1節到第6章28節相差差不多70年以上嘅時間。
From chapters 1, verse 1 to chapter 6, verse 28 is a span of around 80, 90 years.
感謝上帝。
Thank God.
但以理我對一個17嘅少年人，到一個不90嘅老人啊，
That Daniel, from a young boy of 15 to 17 to an age of 80 or 90,
一生堅定不移嚟侍奉上帝。
served God all his life.
但以理做第一寶貴嘅所在，到底這個所在。
And Daniel's the most precious thing about Daniel is in this place.
無論你什麼嘅孩子嘅人啊，
No matter what age you are,
你是少年人。
a young
誒
person,
但以理定碼是少年人啊，17咧15嘅人嘅。
and Daniel was also a young person before at 15 or 17,
中年人變到一隻人，
or a middle-aged
還
person,
是老人，
or an old person.
但以理都有通推你講話，
The book of Daniel will speak to us.
因為但以理一生經無神嘅階段，唔不停止侍奉上帝，
Because his entire life, he never stopped to serve the Lord.
叫上帝幫助咱。
May God help us.
即係親像但以理，
Let's strive to be Daniel,
堅定不移忠心侍奉上帝，
to be able to serve God in the different stages of our lives,
就係上帝嘅所用嘅器皿嚟侍奉上帝。
to serve faithfully and bear a witness to be the
今
Lord.
日呢，咩叫做但以理書？
Today we will conclude the book of Daniel.
有一第日，我唔知你不聽到這個 Sunday School 嘅見奶嘅歌，叫做 Dare to be a Daniel，
I'm not sure if you've heard a Sunday school song which is entitled Dare to be a Daniel.
係唔叫做假追但以理。
Dare to be Daniel.
呢個lyric真真水啊！
The lyrics is quite
你
nice.
講假追但以理，假徛定徛在，假堅守宗旨，假勇敢傳揚出去。
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone. Dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known.
是個真真簡單嘅聖詩。 但係真正有意思嘅聖詩。
A simple song, but quite profound in meaning.
Sunday school 咧就唱呢啲歌咯，
And we sing this in Sunday school.
叫做幫襯咱。
May God help us.
我講咱每一個人實在 dare to be a Daniel。
Let us all dare to be a Daniel.
喺這個戰亂嘅混亂嘅時代中間，為上帝最真正好嘅見證
Let
人。
us be a witness in this troubled world.
咱大家做一個祈禱。
Let us pray together.
感謝上帝，我講今日要結束但以理書。喺過去連今日喺九等嘅信息嘅中間，就我們我講明白但以理書是講什麼，但就我們我講學習但以理嘅生命。這個少年人16、17咧就開始喺華邦裏面開始侍奉上帝。喺到年老不久10歲，仍然冇離開侍奉上帝嘅工作，無論面對真多嘅困難，甚至喺這個沙傾嘅裏面，但是仍然持守伊嘅信仰，勇敢見證伊嘅上帝，叫做但以理嘅見證。而每一個伊頂下伊嘅王都學落伊，每一個王都尊重伊，甚至因為伊嘅原因，有人認不耶和華就做伊嘅救主，伊嘅生命嘅主。最後君親像但以理，喺這個戰亂嘅時代中間，叫上帝使用君就做你嘅器皿，特別喺這個末世嘅中間，好為主最美好嘅見證。即係君嘅生命，好最人認不君嘅上帝。獻住君嚟感謝，獻住君嚟祈禱，我咪結束但以理書，君咱嚟寫鹽可能停止，但係君繼續即係這個真理，即係聖靈嘅感動，好君深深受感動。何君一生立定心志 ，dare to be a Daniel， 做一個勇敢嘅但以理，喺這個世代中間見證你家嘅信實及你嘅榮耀。感謝上帝，聽我哋祈禱，奉靠主耶穌基督嘅聖名 ，Amen and Amen。你這邊下禮拜是國華節嘅主日 ，Easter Sunday， 所以下禮拜我要談這個國華嘅信息。嗱，這個信息以後，咱要開始這個新系列嘅信息。我大家你知啊，你咪書上新約另外一間嘅冊叫做羅馬書 The Book of Romans。你好時間都可以讀開埋羅馬書16章嘅聖經嚟學習上帝公義、上帝救恩嘅大事。咱下擺嗰一擺嚟沙都，感謝上帝，祝福你 ，God bless。